What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Hi.
It's not as fun without the music. I know that when I played the music, though, y'all were like, "It's so fucking loud."
It's
So,
not
Well, if we
that
had a
it's loud.
countdown, it'd be great.
It's just a chopped up mess.
yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I spent a bunch of time before my podcast last night adding a sound bit for our episode about the Pillows and Blankets episode of Community. And every time I tried to play it for them before it happened, it didn't work. And then when we started recording, I hit it on a whim when it came to my turn to introduce myself, and it fucking worked, and it was great. It was great. It was very good. So
That's
sometimes music and sound production fucking sucks because you can't really know. You never really know when it's going to work. How's everybody doing? It's
Okay.
fucking December.
I know.
Ryan made that realization today or last night. He was like, "It's fucking December."
It's like I didn't even know, dude.
Yeah.
Not real happy about the fact, but not like I can change it.
Why aren't you happy
I
about
haven't.
it?
I don't know.
It means 2020 is almost fucking over. I'm jazzed.
Doesn't mean stuff's gonna stop.
Yeah, there's no guarantees. 2021 is just gonna be a fucking magic hour. And
Well, at least January 20th would be a good day.
Sure. Also,
At least that.
Also, my enduring this with a pregnant wife is almost over, which is, let me tell you, y'all, if I had thought about it more, that meme of that dude, like, I would have not
Wrapped it.
We would not have. We just wouldn't have tried during this year. But who would have thought that?
Would have saved a little money on Pregnog.
Gross, dude. God damn it. Yeah, that, I guess that's the thing. How do we move on from that? How's everybody but
Happy
Ben
holidays.
doing? He's lost his privileges.
I'm drinking eggnog.
Nope. Okay. Should we jump to the fucking rescue? No, don't do it.
Jabril's like, "Howdy, boys. I'm leaving."
Hand them out.
Hey, ooh, wrong class. Sorry, I'm not taking this class. How's everybody doing though?
I'm fine, you know, and hopefully in a couple weeks you're gonna start getting some different responses from me. But
That'd be great.
Be awesome.
I'm still heavy in production, so I'm just pushing through.
Just making it work, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of having to deal. You're not far from finished though, right? How long do you got?
No, I'm on the last 2 pages as far as line work, and then I got to color the bitch, and then I'm done. So I got people helping me coloring. So
that's kind of litty titty.
Yeah, it is. It's a different looking book though. When you go,
If you need some crayon work, dude, I got you.
I mean, it'll match the line work. Yeah, going this fast on a book is suboptimal.
Some would call breakneck.
You got an earthquake going on over there, Tech? You good?
I was cleaning my Go XLR. It's filthy. and I looked over and I realized like,
it's the end of the world. Amanda's convinced that the obelisks, the monoliths in Utah and Romania are aliens, and she's also
they're gonna be real sad when that marketing program is over.
That's the theory that broke the internet this week. Somebody got the idea that it's marketing, and now everybody thinks it's marketing.
Sure. It's not aliens, guys. It's not aliens.
Caleb the other day was like, "Man, what's up with that thing over there? We don't even know what it is." I was like, "All right," and he was like, "Yeah, now they found one somewhere else in another country." I was like, "So you mean like a group of people are doing like a thing together and just putting shit places?" And he's like, "It's not it, dude. It's not it."
Amanda, well, I didn't finish the whole theory. So Amanda also is convinced that it disappeared in Utah because the aliens showed up and went, "Oh, nope," and then left, which makes a lot of sense.
Sure,
aliens would just show up and be like,
that for a while.
Yeah,
these fuckers won't stop having wars. Let's come back another time.
This conversation infuriates me.
Why?
Really, Mr. Aliens? You don't want to?
Yeah, because like this is obviously like if this a stone, carved stone, and in a place that no one goes to, that's what everyone's like. Oh yeah, that's it. They have to be here.
Yeah, but it's metal.
Not pyramids.
It's not stone. It was metal and
You don't think
perfectly
maybe
cut.
this is just people having fun, Tech? Don't
This
you
is
think
people.
maybe taking this a little far?
No, people really believe some of the dumb shit they're saying, dude, or they wouldn't say it.
I don't know if anybody.
Okay, well, it's not me. Or
anybody
Amanda.
I've seen say aliens convince me that that's what they actually think. I think we're just having a good time.
Okay.
We're just having a laugh.
There are some people out there that are like, no, this shit's real though.
I'm sure there are. I have not made any cardboard signs yet, though, saying "Take me with you."
The fact that this is a story, it's stupid. And then when it comes out that people are putting it there, everyone's gonna be like, oh, whatever. But it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, it is weird though to come across something like that and have no explanation for it. That's genuinely weird.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's like awesome and fascinating that somebody had the idea because it was there for like 5 years apparently. And I think like imagine if you were the artist and you threw this up, waiting for somebody to find it.
Yeah,
telling
absolutely.
yourself as soon as they do, you take it down.
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
The Romania one's probably a copycat.
Oh, definitely is. Yeah,
especially the way I think it's. If I were the artist, this would be. I don't know. Or if I knew the artist, I think this would be.
As long as you guys are aware that it's an artist, understand that it's an artist, or either an artist or some PR shit,
or aliens.
It is not aliens.
Who could?
What if it's an alien artist?
What if?
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
E.T. Jackson Pollock. Anyway, this is a video game podcast, if you haven't been able to tell, where we don't talk about aliens because Tech will quit. I'm one of your hosts, Caleb. My tag goes up above me. Below me is Sketch. What's up, Ben?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, to the right of him.
I'm Tech Supreme.
Oh no, we've ruined.
He's in a mood.
I'm feeling spicy today.
Yeah,
you're PMSing pretty bad.
Yeah. Tech, yes, and then above Tech is Ryan. What's up, dude?
Hello.
And we're gonna talk about video games, but first we're gonna talk about news. So fun fact: last week we talked about a bunch of the scalpers in the UK that had a bunch of systems, and it turns out like 1,000 consoles have been canceled that they ordered. But also, and this is funny, some people who genuinely ordered consoles also had their shit canceled by this. So,
nope, don't add sketchy.
Yeah.
Actually, I went to their website and it actually like they have a very legit looking operation.
Sure. I mean, it's gotta be somewhat legit to be this efficient.
It's extremely legit and very clean.
The scalper site, you mean?
Yeah, like they have a website and everything, dude, and it's like professional. Fuck.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. And I went all on their Instagram. I think I may have followed them on Twitter. I don't think I did actually.
Well, it probably had to be that.
The bowl too, dude. Like their Super Bowl, like they talk about it like openly. What they're doing isn't really illegal.
No, it's not. You said that like scalping is illegal in like entertainment, but not goods, which like ugh. And Xbox, like as soon as this stuff started popping off, was like, yeah, the pre-order model that we use right now is dated as fuck, and we need to fix it. Which is
it's definitely broken.
Which is funny in a dark humor kind of way. Like y'all should have thought about this before launching something.
You had so much time.
So much time.
Do you think
but, you know?
You think they knew it was this broken before?
Yeah. No, everyone knew it. Everyone was scared of bots. Like everyone, we all talked about bots before the release. That's kind of the reason why I personally decided to camp instead of trying to get it online. Because I knew that camping would be way more concrete than going up against bots. You can't beat bots.
I brought this up in the Discord. As often or as not as often as consoles have a new generation that come out, it should have just been freaking pre-orders at a store. You ship the shit to stores and people pick them up. That's how it should have been. It should never been buy online unless it's like a pre-order online for a pickup in store at GameStop, not shipped to your house. Then you wouldn't worry about people with FedEx. You wouldn't worry about anything else. You would just worry about the stores having the stuff in stock.
There's only one problem with that. It's COVID-19. It's pandemic. Sure. So you can't have
people do not care enough.
I hear you.
At work, the store is
wrong.
The store is full.
Yeah, well, that's Springfield, right? I mean, that's a certain.
That's everywhere.
Oh, Home Depot in South City is fucking packed.
Restaurants are empty though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Walmart-
yeah. Restaurants
Walmart
are
and
empty. Yeah,
Walmart
they
and
don't
Home
have what.
Depot aren't. And Schnucks.
Yeah.
Well,
Every time we-
that's my problem with the shutting down restaurants. You really want like it's happening at Schnucks right now. COVID is getting passed down the aisle
Mhm.
right now. So
Sure.
it's the whole. But that's not. I mean, you have as a company you have to be on the right side of things, and you can't just be like everyone line up and come get our shit.
Yeah, good luck.
Like like just as a company, as a video game company, you can't just do that. Not right now.
And they've never
You
had a
have- you
problem
have
with
to at
it in the past, right? Like the 360 and PS3 didn't, or 360 and PS3, Xbox One and PS4. Like this wasn't the
Hold on, I have a
story.
question.
Yeah.
I have a question. Tech.
Hmm?
If the monoliths opened,
Oh,
what would have to come out of it for you to,
like
for you to think it's an alien?
Biggie,
Pac.
the Biggie and Pac together.
Oh,
If they come out, I'm like, oh, all right, it's real.
Okay.
It's funny.
Anyway, as we
that
were.
leads to Cuba. No, I'm just
All right.
kidding.
Oh, it's just a gateway. I love it. Shit. Let's see. In gaming news, because Fortnite's the thing that we can't just let fucking not be in the news for a minute. They did a Marvel thing that looked dope as shit this summer, and that I guess is coming to an end because Galactus showed up.
Yeah, it's over. That
Um,
whole event's over.
Yeah, so that happened, and people were like, "Well, what's next?" And without missing a beat, Fortnite dropped some Mandalorian shit and some God of War shit.
So yeah, so basically, Agent Zero, or I forgot his name because I don't give a shit about Fortnite, but a character from the universe, he's back, and he opens up the zero zone, and he calls all the assassins across realities, all the best bounty hunters and assassins.
Cool.
So there's a bunch of different characters, including the Mandalorian, which I think is dope that it's the actual first character that you
Yeah,
encounter, which is Disney Plus being super like they've been milking Mandalorian since it came out. As soon as you buy any Z-Bucks, was it V-Bucks on
V-Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, V.
on
V-Bucks. Yeah.
V-Bucks, you get like 2 or 3 months of Disney Plus for free,
Oh, nice.
no matter
Yeah,
how
that's
much you
sweet.
spend.
That's
So it's,
lit.
Okay,
it's,
so
it's smart.
Disney Plus is suffering because we have the Xbox deal where you get what is it, a month free or a week free or some shit.
A month.
Yeah, a month free at Disney. Now Fortnite's doing it, so Disney's obviously trying to crank up some numbers.
I don't think that's Disney suffering. I think that's Disney
Yeah, I don't think
saying,
it's suffering.
"What if
Disney
we
being
got
Disney.
what if we got a bunch of people in, right?"
If we pull you in enough, you're eventually gonna pay for it.
Yeah, like
So-
Spotify
Well, here's
giving Xbox Gold or Game Pass owners 6 free months isn't Spotify being short on money. That's Spotify being like, we could sacrifice a little bit of money to get a bunch more people to forget to take their payment info off of our website.
Honestly, we should have saw it coming, right? Disney owns Marvel. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And
This
this
whole
isn't the,
last season 4
yeah,
was Marvel. This whole season was Marvel.
and it's not the first time Marvel's been on here. Like they had
It's not the
the
first time
Infinity
Star Wars has
Gauntlet
been on
back.
here.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
Yeah, we should have saw it coming.
Yeah. And I would argue that like I was surprised to see it, but it was not a surprise to see it. You know what I mean? I was like,
makes-
"Oh damn," but I wasn't like, that's weird." I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense."
As someone who taught my 2 middle school classes that are talking about battle royales because they know I like to play video games, I call it the F word. You can't say the F word in my classroom. The F word was Fortnite. For someone who doesn't like Fortnite that much, I want to play this. I would love it.
I saw
would-
him.
think-
I
think
saw
the-
him
I was
on
on
earlier,
there.
and I sent him a message. I was like, what are you doing over there, bro?"
I didn't even get that message. Yeah, but I'm gonna probably be playing it tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
Am-
I'm interested in wanting to participate in maybe the modes they introduced that aren't
Build
battle
Yes.
royale focused.
I was in that. I was actually in that today, and I did buy the battles pass for $8. But I was in the mode where you just by yourself and you're building, and I kind of get it.
Oh, I didn't even know. Did they add that to? That's
That's
I
a
didn't know
mode
they
that you
did-
can just create your own game. So if we all wanted to get in it and just fight
It's
each other,
just,
we can.
yeah.
It's what Fortnite started out as.
yeah.
No, it's not even. It's not even that. It's not even that game mode because
Yeah.
they started out as the game mode. Because I
It's-
remember Ben,
Yeah, it
trying to
started
get
out
me
with like
into
surviving the like hordes of monsters.
horde,
Like,
yeah.
It was like a tower defense thing.
Yeah.
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 In a way.
they have a couple modes now that's just geared for people who just want to play by themselves. There's a mode like You go into a town and the world is yours. And there's one that's nothing, and you can build your own place, and it stays that way. You can go back later and
Hmm.
save your like a forge, but without any really props, just structures that you build.
Yeah,
It's
that's kind
interesting.
of cool. That's kind of cool. There's a Austin Walker at Waypoint had a tweet about Fortnite that I thought was really interesting, that I hadn't thought about it in that way. But he said that like comparing other games to Fortnite it's not perfect, because like he said, here he goes. He says we should stop comparing Fortnite to video games and start comparing it to plastic. And I was like, what? And then I thought about it, and what he's trying to say is that like Fortnite isn't like inspiring all these video games. Just video games from here on out are going to be built based on what Fortnite's done. And so, like, they're not a toy manufacturer. They manufacture the plastic that toy manufacturers use. So Fortnite's just like setting the trend for all of these things, and going forward, people are going to just take those
characters
elements.
and marketing or gameplay, because
gameplay is not where it's at all.
No. They're talking. He's
talking about business-wise, right?
Business-wise, yeah, and like content and longevity and live service and like creating a
trend for live service.
Yeah,
they do it right.
Yeah, everybody wants to make that singular cash cow now. So like, EA's got Apex, and Epic's got Fortnite, and PC has PUBG and a couple others that are pretty big.
Epic
on PC.
has Rocket League.
Yeah, so everyone's trying to get that game that goes. Ubisoft is trying to still figure it out. Rainbow Six has been around a long time, but it's not a live service game on the scale of any of these. But you see like Roller Derby coming, and that's an attempt to be like a Rocket League style sports game that just goes
But
on
you
forever.
also have games like Hyperscape, and there's one that one Rocket game that we were playing that's trying to do that doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I don't think that's new, right? That's just kind of games. Shooter comes out and you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. And then a week later, you're not playing it anymore.
What makes Fortnite so special? Is it just like what is it? Like what makes Apex so special? Like what's the difference between that and Rocket Arena?
I think Rocket Arena was too small. It was too limited. There was like 2 game modes, and the shooting didn't feel especially great. Although, like, Ben Sarge and I got into it a couple of nights and did really well and had a lot of fun. But I think that like those things having a lot of fun isn't necessarily a trend. Doesn't necessarily translate into longevity. Like we had that good night, and I was like, I don't really need to play anymore.
Like, I mean, how often you watch a really good movie? Like, all right.
But I'm different. I watch if the movie's good. If a movie is mediocre, I will watch it a few times.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm different though.
And I think that's also a big part of it, is that everyone's different, right? Like, Hyperscape still has people playing it, and they're still adapting
but it's still on Reddit, but like it is a dead game.
Still keep streaming it too.
And they just introduced Team Deathmatch and multiple maps for Team Deathmatch, and people like the Team Deathmatch when they like the Battle Royale. So like,
oh shit, I'd play that.
I would play the Team Deathmatch.
Yep. Yeah, they just dropped it. So like, I'm interested. I have kept it installed, waiting for those things. And if anything, Ubisoft has the tendency, or at least the history, of like launching a thing and it being like meh, and then them 2 years later, people realizing like that's still a fucking thing. Yeah. Rainbow Six was like that. Not as bad as For Honor, but For Honor's in year like 5 now.
Yeah.
And like, I did not think that game was gonna exist that long.
Sea of Thieves had an update today. They're on their 3rd year, and they say every year their player base goes up. And
I don't doubt it.
Starting in January, they're introducing seasonal updates, which is interesting. They started with seasonal, and then they went to monthly, and then COVID hit. Now they're going back to seasonal. So I think they're just kind of testing their.
But they're talking about having like a season pass, right?
And they're doing what they call it. It was something
Plunder Pass, yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing a battle pass as well.
In a world
exclusive cosmetics, probably.
Yes.
In the world of all the video games that are out right now, Sea of Thieves is number 25 right now on Twitch. Like right now, if you browse the top games, number 25. Sea of Thieves is not in a bad spot.
No, that's not bad at all.
That's a really good spot to be.
They've got a very strong community. And of course, I went on the forums today because I just thought that it would be really cool if you'd pull the ladders up the side of the ship. Why are there ladders just dangling on the side of your ship? like asking people to board you. It's so stupid. They should make boarding an accomplishment such as jumping or shooting yourself over. So like
I don't think that jumping in the water and being able to climb up is particularly easy, though. We miss all the time.
yeah, because we can't repel marauders because we're rookies. But like the only reason we all have had a nightmare the last 6 months is because of the ladders.
Well, except for the last one, the
Can
huge
your
one.
voice go higher?
But they were on the ship because of the ladder.
No, they were not. We were watching the ladders. I got attacked on them from some. They were sitting on the sails. They launched
How'd they
themselves
get on
up.
the sails?
They launched. They were shooting at us. We just didn't get hit. And remember that ship just stayed as we waited. So like it happens. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. If you could do something with the ladders to make them, they're also really
Anyway,
easy to
yeah.
guard.
Quick update. It's actually number 78, not 25.
I was gonna say I don't see it anywhere. I just found it.
My store buy was recommended by you.
Recommended,
it
yep.
used to be on high to low, but I changed it back to high to low. And I quickly counted, and it's 78th, which is still, as far as a game's
Dude, the
concerned,
top 100
in the
games
world of games,
yeah.
in the entire world of games, that's not bad still.
Yeah.
So I was on the forums today, and somebody's like, "So I put 2,000 hours in this game, and it's trash. Like it's dead. Nobody
And then
plays it anymore." I'm like, actually, where did I post it? Because what he actually said was really embarrassing. But
In the nerdy bits
Yeah.
somewhere.
You see, I don't like. I kind of get it. But
With
I
the
don't
game,
think
the game has failed.
the game has
2,000
failed.
hours, buddy? No, it didn't. Idiot.
But I would be upset if I'd put that much time into the game and it was in the state that it is now. I might think I might be a little upset because there's
Why?
not really been substantive
There's enough for you to
content.
spend 2,000 hours.
Well, if you've got friends and you're playing with friends, then like
Yeah.
cool.
This guy
But
doesn't have
eventually-
friends if he's
eventually
tweeting
you're-
like that.
Eventually, you run out of shit to do. Jesus, going for the throat.
Hey, somebody said something hella spicy to me on Twitter the other day,
Uh-oh.
and I looked at their page, and he had like 8 followers. I was like,
Yeah, I saw
without a doubt.
your next tweet was
Without-
like, you got to have more than 150 people following you for me to give a shit.
you're like, I can't even respond to you, dude. Like,
All the spice I get are from fucking nobodies. And
Nobodies,
I
dude.
only have 1,000 followers, so that's not a lot. But
I don't even
without a
have
doubt,
I only have 200.
anybody throwing heat at me's got like less, like double digits.
24 followers, dude. You ain't got 25 friends, my dude.
It established like 2012 also. So they've been here
Yeah.
for the long haul. You got 25 people. All right.
Yeah.
Side note, my last side note of the night. It won't be. I just stumbled upon a game called Drug Dealer Simulator.
Yep.
It's 4 people playing this in the entire Twitch
That's incredible.
world, and I'm watching it, dude. I'm in it. I'm here.
That's
This dude has 419 people watching him play Drug Dealer Simulator, dude.
I mean,
Wow.
And
How
there's
offensive
dr-
is it?
Oh shit, dude! There's drugs on the fucking table. Like there's like bags of coke and pills.
That's allowed, but I can't play my music on stream. All right, got it.
Oh, he had the Ray Grams. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm super distracted by this Drug Dealer Simulator.
No, I mean we keep finding games that are weird as shit. Drug Dealer Simulator might be. I mean, that's just GTA Online though, right?
So this is like, I think this is like, no, like he has
you actually go to
29
meetups and
grams
shit.
of poppy something.
Like, yeah, dude, you actually like because I watched the videos on Steam. Like they have it to where you have to go and mark your territory so people know where they can buy your drugs at and
Oh,
shit. Like,
You gotta pee on stuff?
No,
Yes.
you have to kill other drug dealers who's trying to move into your area, probably.
Wow.
That's
Just
wild
realistic.
As shit. That's wild as shit. Hey
It's
man, there's something for everybody out there. There's something for everybody out there. Speaking of something for everybody, and this is probably something for more than a few people, Cyberpunk showed its fucking photo mode
Mm-hmm.
today, and shit is bananas.
can you
It's
just play a game?
what? Are you talking shit?
Yeah.
Are
Sounds
you
like
aware?
it.
Are you aware? There's like an entire like classification of people that just take photographs in games,
Yes.
like
Photo modes
virtual,
are fucking awesome.
virtual photographers.
Yeah, and then there's that dude I follow, Petri Lavati, who's a
He makes
who's
art.
a-
It's not fair what he does.
Yeah, that shit's ridiculous.
That's just art.
That's just art. He's also like a professional screenshot capture artist for EA, and like is the reason that when you see a new Battlefield coming out, you're like, that looks dope because he's taking the pictures and he's fucking good at it. You know, it's like it's a talent. But this I'm playing it on the stream right now. The photo mode for
Yeah,
this game is in depth. Like
it's editing. It's
yeah,
photo editing.
it's photo editing.
It's
It's
not
fully
just
you can move, rotate,
You
change
change your
size of
pose.
characters.
Interesting.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
sick.
This looks
And-
fucking dope.
I think in one of the other articles or headlines I read that said this is probably the only way you're going to get to really see your character. Because
Maybe, yeah,
you create your
'cause
own
everything's
character,
first
but it's
person.
first person.
Yeah.
So unless you're spend a lot of time in front of the mirror,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just there's a ton of
Oh
filters.
shit, this is tight.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit and it's dope.
I'm gonna tell you that this game's either gonna be the greatest game they've ever made, or everyone's gonna be disappointed. But this is amazing.
yeah.
That's
So
a
Like-
lot of fucking stuff.
Dude, can you imagine?
Hey, we
like,
got a raid by the way, y'all.
we did.
Oh
yeah.
shit, what's up? What's up, Cal Harold? How's it going? Coming over from the
Hey.
old community. That's a fun thing
Nice.
to say. Thanks for showing up with some people. We're talking about video games right now. We're talking about Cyberpunk's photo mode, and it looks dope.
Can you imagine how, like, if you stream this, dude, you're gonna come up with a very, like, the most creative thumbnails on YouTube with this. Like, that's
Mhm.
to me maybe partly the reason why they did this.
Sure.
Because
And also just discoverability, right? Because you can like take a picture and be like, "Yo, this is
Oh
what my
God.
character looks like," and then someone else can share a picture of their character, and it be completely different, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, damn, it's different for everybody." Yeah, I fucking love photos in games. All of my backgrounds on my computer are different photos from games. It's crazy cool to me that games can be that diverse, right? Like, and
And
can
can we just-
offer that much.
Can we
shit
just
to
play a
do.
game though? Can we just play the game?
Yeah, you can.
we
No,
just
but no,
play the
this makes people
Fuck.
excited. I am more excited for this than I have on any of the other shit that they've been putting out lately. Like
Oh.
this got me more excited than anything else. Also, what do I do for a living, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
So like I think this is awesome. Like just a new age way of adding a feature to the game that is not even like gameplay related that will bring people in. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a recent convert to photo modes because like I generally would like look at them and be like, that's kind of cool, but I wouldn't really like get deep into it. And then Art of Rally came out, which we talked about in our racing episode, and I spent a lot of time taking photos in that. And then Assassin's Creed has been another one where I'm doing that. Watch Dogs was another one where I was doing that. I've got a bunch of photos in Watch Dogs. Fucking great. Yeah, it's just a cool way to like memorialize a game that you're doing, you know, like not commemorate, but like just, you know, take little snapshots and memories of those games.
Mhm.
I think it's dope. I think
I think that's the most amazing photo mode I've ever seen.
Yeah, that shit's insane. That's built
Let's find out.
that's built for that on purpose. You know what I mean? Like that's they were like, well, let's make this as deep as fucking possible. Thanks for the
Yeah.
follow, Quilliam. Old friend of mine. How you doing? We're just talking about games and photo modes and how dope photo modes are. Keeping it in the Cyberpunk vein, today, what's the date? December 2nd. Yeah, that's it. Today, they tweeted a thing the tweet just says, "Hey you, we've got a transmission for you." And it's #CyberNight, which what? And the message that they have is the female version of V saying, fresh jobs coming up that seems like it's going to be big and promises details soon. And I don't know if this is a Christmas thing or if it's a release night thing or if it's... I can't imagine what they're going to drop. The game comes out in, like we said, 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they'll drop more music or another big name actor that's going to be in it or some shit. I don't know. But keep your eyes peeled on CD Projekt Red's Twitter account.
So they had a statement today. It's completely innocuous. We don't know what it means, and that's it basically. So something's coming. We don't know what it means, but something's
Yeah,
coming.
it's ambiguous. The dope thing about it is though, it's a video game company, a huge video game marketing tool, and they're using Twitter, a new feature on Twitter to convey promotional. So it's smart. It's a
Yeah.
smart way to use
Yep.
what everyone else is using, what everyone else is talking
what's it
about.
called?
It's just Twitter voicemail thing. I don't even know the proper name for it, but
Mm.
like it was something that added like last month, They rolled it out slowly, so certain people got it, some people don't have it. Basically,
Gotcha.
voice memos on Twitter, and they're
Okay.
using that to promote the game. That's dope.
They
Yeah.
also said today they had a image they posted that said if you get in the game early and you stream it, we're gonna take it down.
What?
So yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
But
Yeah, if you
before
get the game
release
early,
date.
yeah,
Beforehand.
sure.
yeah, like before.
Yeah.
Which means that there's
Well,
stuff happening in the beginning of the game they don't want people. They want spoiled for people, which is dope. Which means we probably
But
haven't
these
seen.
but
very
these
much.
people are gonna play it early, get ahead, and then as soon as December 9th hits, the time that they can do it, they're just gonna fucking open it up.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the
So
other
they're still gonna
thing.
spoil everything before you even get to play
There's,
it.
there's embargoes in place for
There are
sure.
embargoes that they enforce with that. Where like, if you got it early, you can only post up through this quest
Mhm.
until this date, and then up through this
What was
quest
that big
until this
game?
date.
Oh, Last of Us 2. You could only talk about specifics from the first act, and your
Yep.
footage could only be shown from like the first hour.
Yep.
So all the reviews I read had to just bounce around all the key points and state their likes and dislikes without spoiling it. So
Yep. And they're serious about
pretty
that shit.
interesting.
If you talk about something outside of the purview of that embargo, you're blacklisted, and in some cases they can take legal action because you have that
Sign
NDA.
something.
There's
Yeah.
one kid did Apex season 7. He was a part of the streamers who got to play it early, and he fucking leaked shit and got his shit fucking banned,
Wow.
like his YouTube banned, his Twitch banned,
Yep.
something crazy like that. Yeah,
Yep.
like so he broke the embargo and got fucking hope it was worth it type shit.
I mean, that makes sense if you read a review for the latest movie on Vanity Fair. It's not be like, all right, and then when the villain dies at the end, they don't say that,
Sure.
right? They don't
Yeah.
tell you the movie. They
Yeah.
tell you what they liked and disliked about it without telling you any spoilers. So that's like, it's kind of strange that they have to make people sign things in the game industry not to be idiots and spoil the whole story.
Yep.
You know what's funny? Low key, I want to play this on PC and not Xbox.
I thought of that, but my PC doesn't ray trace, so I bought it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. Next news thing. We've talked about Ubisoft and their fidelity in reconstructing places from history. Assassin's Creed Origins had its Discovery Tour that was a huge hit for schools, education, museums, things like that, like allowing people to walk through ancient Egypt with really, really high fidelity and accuracy.
It had like an audio tour guide too, didn't it?
Yeah, the Discovery Tour was literally like going around the monuments of ancient Egypt and being talked to about them. It was a really cool, interactive, like learning experience. Odyssey had one as well for ancient Greece, and now there's Hadrian's Wall in old England in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's already being used by history buffs and students to show like what Hadrian's Wall was. It's a small news bit that I thought was cool.
Can you tell us what that is?
So Hadrian's, yeah, sure. Let me see if I can find it was a project of the Roman Emperor Hadrian back in 122 AD, who commissioned its construction in an attempt to stop the raiding parties of Pictish warriors wreaking havoc from their tribal homelands in Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a Roman fort halfway along the walk called Housesteads. It sits atop a large stretch of hills in a commanding position that looks north towards Scotland. Yeah, it's just Romans built basically this wall to keep the Vikings out, the barbarians from Scotland out, and it's still around today. So like, it's 1900 years old. It was built in 122, right? So it's almost 2,000 years old.
Is there any record of it actually doing the job, or is it like every other wall?
I think it was like every other wall because the barbarians did overthrow the Roman Empire eventually, so it obviously didn't work real well.
You can really tell the limit of a scope of an empire by how quickly they go to walls as some sort of self-defense. This will keep them out. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. For years, students and historians have wondered what an extraordinary sight it must have been, but thanks to Valhalla, you're not only able to just see it, you're able to walk between various barracks, bunks, and latrines that have been modeled in excellent detail. Yeah, it's just dope. It's just dope that like Assassin's Creed. I tried to write. I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast. If I have, stop me. I will stop. I tried to write an article, or not an article, a 15-page paper for my senior dissertation about Assassin's Creed and its potential to inform and educate people about the periods that it takes place in. And it was shot down by a professor who, I shit you not, said, I don't understand how you could argue that some board game has educational value. My son plays D&D. And I was like, you fucking crusty oaf.
You didn't
And
say that?
no,
You
I
should
didn't.
look him up and send him the article of
Ben, I've tried.
the
He
the
doesn't
Notre
work
Dame
there.
Commission
Yeah.
like contacting Ubisoft.
Yeah, he doesn't work at the school anymore. I don't know where he went, and I can't remember his name. This guy had it out for me, though. I was in his class, and he told me that I should drop out because he didn't think I could pass. And I said, but is it possible? He said, I don't think you can. And I said, but could I? Is it possible? And he was like, well, yes. And then I ended up getting a B in the class, and he fucking hated me. He hated me because I talked his ear off for the last half of the semester. But yeah, no more than
So he hated you for you.
yeah, he hated me for me. Yeah, he tried to write me off, and I was like, good job, bud. Get fucked. But yeah, it's dope to me that like that was an argument I had to have with professors in college, and then now these games are literally being touted by prestigious schools as the best ways to experience history. It's fucking great.
But can we just play the game?
Is that your theme for
What
tonight,
is,
Ben?
yeah, what is this? What is this?
It's from me. It's because I said it earlier.
About the photo mode?
Can't we just play the game?
Sure. And the last news bit's short and sweet. It could be long, but it's not worth it. What's his name? Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, was asked about Xbox and like their position and what they're doing to set themselves apart in the console war against PS5, which feels like a dumbass fucking question to ask Microsoft. They obviously don't care about that shit. And the answer from Satya Nadella is that their broader vision is that they have to ensure that the 3 billion people that play games out there are able to do it anywhere they want and with whatever they have and playing whatever they want to play. Which, again,
That's
is
part of the
like,
future.
yeah, again, it's like, what about PS5? And they're like, that's not the game. We're not playing that game. We're trying to make it bigger than that.
Can you imagine buying a VHS and making sure you had to have a Sony VHS player to play the VHS? Like, what are we doing here? This is so stupid.
You got that movie that's exclusively on Blu-ray? Yeah, sure, exactly.
Well, we did have a HD disc fight for a while. Remember, it was Blu-ray and
UHD or HD DVD.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
the
I've heard people
packaging was
argue. I've heard people argue that HD DVD was better, but I don't know. I can't prove that.
Can't you just watch the movie? Jeez.
There it is. Yeah, and then also in this conversation, Nadella like flexes like, yo, we're fucking doubling our portfolio with the ZeniMax acquisition, so like, don't worry, we can compete. Yeah, it's dope. But Microsoft's trying to make people able to play games anywhere, and they said that we're gonna get a Fire Stick like Xbox USB thing in the next year that'll let you stream your games and shit to your TV, whatever TV it's plugged into.
About that.
Yeah, but if I press a button and it doesn't respond immediately, then it's trash.
Yep.
So like,
yeah,
has-
that's single player. That's a single player thing. You ain't gonna be able to play multiplayer games on that.
That would bother me in single player though too.
Unless it's a huge box that plugs in USB wise.
yeah.
I mean, look at
What?
xCloud. Look at xCloud. I mean, xCloud's streaming to your phone through cellular networks, and people play games on that with friends, and say the latency is almost non-existent. So, like, on your Wi-Fi in your house on a TV that's plugged into the internet.
I've played on my phone, and it doesn't work that well.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. We'll see what
I
happens.
think there's different standards. Some people recognize input lag more than others. I mean,
Yeah.
it is like it is milliseconds, so no shade. But yeah, I think even the slightest delay, like if it's like jump, like no, I can't. A lot of the games we play are reaction based. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
You're not playing Ori and Will of the Wisps with a half a second input lag. You're not. You won't even get past the intro.
But the other thing is that game streaming isn't new. and people are doing it, and new companies are getting into it, so it's not bad. Because if it
Right.
was bad, people wouldn't still be doing it, right? We still have Stadia. We still have the Nvidia. What's it called? Nvidia Next or whatever that's doing it as well. Streaming games to your devices is something that people keep doing because people like it. People like it. So I don't
You know,
understand it. It's one of those things that like I see at work and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't fucking make sense to me. But whatever.
It fucks me up.
Yeah. You want to say something, Tech?
it'd be lit if you could like upload your graphics. If there was like a built-in OBS inside of your Xbox,
There's about
then
to be.
like, yeah, I know. I kind of feel like that's where they want to move towards with
Yeah.
the like, oh, you can stream straight from your fucking your shit, from your Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
You
need
used to be able
all these
to,
things.
but without graphics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if you can able to add graphics, but I don't know how
Right.
you would control it. Like you can control it with Stream Deck,
Your
but that would,
phone.
yeah.
So
Because you have Xbox app on your phone, you could utilize it
But
through there.
what's
Maybe
funny
I
is
don't know.
I can't even access all night tonight. I can't access my Xbox app. So I
yeah.
think they got some fixing to do.
So they've got they're doing this. Like this is a thing coming. I don't remember what it's called, but Xbox next year is introducing a thing that's like if you want to stream from your Xbox and have overlays and have a camera and have it all set up so that your Xbox looks like what people do on Twitch, like you can do that. And it's going to be like a $4 or $5 a month thing that gets you access to a bunch of tools that let you manipulate all that stuff. So it's
That's
coming.
smart.
I probably
Xbox is
wouldn't do it,
building
but it
that.
sounds tight.
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean, we
dope.
wouldn't
I
have a
wouldn't do it.
reason. We wouldn't have a reason to do it because we've got the setup. But like my brother Jordan, who doesn't,
It'd be amazing.
he'd be able to stream and have that. Yeah, have that shit all.
Plug in your webcam to USB and fucking
Just
send
go.
her.
Fucking sender, bud. Yeah, exactly. And Microsoft systems have for a while had the ability to just open up media browsers through USB, so you may be able to even upload your own overlays and plug them in, which would be fucking cool. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for the news. Unless anybody else had anything else. Ben already dropped his Sea of Thieves thing, which I somehow forgot to add.
Oh, Apex Legends Season 7 Holiday Bash. Great time.
Yeah, is that started?
People, yeah, started yesterday. People are getting pissed because like Apex keeps recycling modes, but historically the data says that people only play for a few days.
It's a holiday mode. What the fuck?
Like a few
Yeah.
it's open for 34 days, but only people pay for the first three to 5 days. And why would you waste developing
Well, just
hours
dump a
making
bunch of
game mode?
resources. Yeah,
Because
sure.
every time we do a game mode, you guys only play for a few days.
Yeah,
So
sure. No, that checks out. That checks out.
but
And
it's a fun
they
game
just
mode.
copy pasted that shit back into the programming. Like, let's go. It's like,
Let's
here
go.
you go. Here's the
They
game mode
probably
back.
didn't even copy and paste. They probably just like made it invisible
Click the
and then
check
turned
mark.
it back on. Yeah, just
They made some
check the
good changes
box.
though. They made some fun changes this year to
Yeah.
the holiday bash, which has been widely accepted as their best LTM limited time mode for anyone who doesn't know.
Sure.
So it's fun.
Some of the
Great.
skins are dope too. I want to get into it to get some of the skins.
Has the unlimited heals been a thing? I didn't play it last year.
Yeah. Was that a thing last year? No, I think it was like it was unlimited heals, but it was normal speed. So this
Oh,
year they
okay.
sped up the heals, which is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw you were like pounding him away.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Pounded.
He got like 3 wins in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's dope. So yeah, it's the first week of December. It's a Bounties episode. And with the last couple of weeks have been interesting because we've talked about our like favorite games so far this year 2 weeks ago, and then we talked about like why we love games last week. So I don't know, like I figured we've got the Game Awards next week, and we won't be recording before that because we'll be co-streaming that. And I have an episode in the hopper that I can upload for people. So like, yeah, it's gonna be our hangout and before a big break, a break, and then we're gonna do some holiday shit. So what have people been?
Is this before you go on? Is this the games like this the best games this year like we're talking about?
No, so this is. I mean, it's a little bit of both. So I threw the
Of all
game of the
time.
year stuff up here. This is for this year. Yeah, but I meant no, as in like that's not what we have to talk about. I just threw those up here in case we wanted to talk about them. But more than that, it's like our bounties. It's what we've been playing for the last month, and then because this is the last time we'll talk about it for the Game Awards, what we would suggest people play that came out this year, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I can kick it off by saying that on Monday I streamed for 14 hours, and 12 hours of it was Assassin's Creed. That game has me by the fucking throat, and I love it.
I don't
And
get it.
why not?
I don't know. It's just really, I don't know. It feels like I don't want to feel like you should say more good about it before I start poo pooing it.
You hopped in
Yeah.
fast too.
Yeah.
You got all in it.
Fucking, I don't fucking get it. Ugh.
I haven't made it to the title screen yet, so
Yeah.
Me neither, dude. But my backlog is so heavy right now.
Yeah, sure. So no, the reason, I mean, I could how to make this as palatable as possible without just running on forever. So
you love it.
feels like, yeah, that for sure. It feels like a return to form. Like it feels like the best bits of previous Assassin's Creed games have been paid attention to and brought forward. And that's
Such as
so I like the combat a lot. Initially, it felt sluggish and dopey, but that was also, and Ben, we talked about this last night. That was me adjusting from having played a game that's very highly tailored for one style of combat. You have one weapon the whole game, and your skills don't really get much different than like counter and attack in Ghost of Tsushima. It's just how the
well,
game
you got
works.
different arts, different styles.
Yeah,
Four
yeah,
different
you got
martial
different
arts.
moves, yeah, but even then, by hour 15, right, you've done them all enough that it's just switching to fight specific baddies, which again, this game also does. It's just rather than making you change specifically how you swing, it introduces enemies that have very particular movements. And so it feels almost like a Souls-light in that like the bosses are oftentimes big, oftentimes very lethal, and oftentimes do things completely different than the last boss you fought. I fought 3 dire wolves last night that like that was a completely different experience. All of their attacks were different than each other specifically, and different than other wolves I'd fought in the wild. So the first few times I died, I was like, man, just gotta figure out what this one's movements are, and then die to the other two, and then figure out this one's movements, and then die. And so that you could come back.
How big is a dire wolf?
The size of a horse. Like you could ride it if you wanted to.
Are these things real?
Who? I don't know. I don't think
Seems
so.
strange that a game touting historical accuracy, like, come look at this Scottish wall that is really real. Oh, and look out for the 10-foot dogs.
Yeah, but also, Caleb, how many people have you killed in the game?
Hundreds.
If that was real, he'd be a legend.
Yeah.
Whoever character was based on would be a fucking legend, a mass murdering legend.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
yeah, sure. And
you
like,
gotta give a little leeway.
yeah, dire wolves is an extinct species of genus Canis. The dire wolf lived in the Americas and China during the late
The Americas and China.
Pleistocene and early Holocene epochs.
So
not
not
there.
even in Europe.
Yeah, maybe not.
They were
So-
imported.
So your game of the year is Valhalla, yes?
I don't know. Ghost of Tsushima is still up there because of the story, but I will say that like Assassin's Creed's story did some shit today that like I did not expect and made me react the way. So like Ben, you remember playing in Mass Effect 2 and 3 when like the Renegade and Paragon options were a thing, and in 3
Yeah.
especially when Renegade was like you doing what felt like it was right. There was a moment today where a dude stepped out of line and said some shit to the main character, and I punched him for it. And then another dude said some shit about the main character's father, and I punched the fuck out of him too. And I was actually upset. I was actually like heated. Like, man, fuck these guys. And like Assassin's Creed has
Dag?
no, it wasn't Dag. It wasn't Dag. But it was more emotionally like important than Dag. It was like, oh shit, they're going here. And then on top of that, and I've talked about this before, but there's the guy who directed Black Flag and Origins, both very good, probably the best 2 Assassin's Creed games in the last generation of games. Directed this, and That's a huge fucking bummer because that dude's a piece of shit. Thanks Ubisoft and not taking care of your people and letting assholes run amok for a while. But he got canned. But you can tell like that this team worked on those previous games because they're taking elements from those games forward.
Mhm.
There's things that feel like the story about the sages, Ben, from Black Flag, the beings that like reincarnate every 50 years. That I'm
no recollection of that.
sure. But I'm feeling like that, and I don't know if that's for sure where they're going, but it sure seems like they might be.
That's cool. How many hours in it did you have to get before you started getting these elements? Like, okay, two-part question. One, what kept you getting to this point? And two, how long did it get to that point before you started saying like, "Oh, this is interesting"?
So the world is extremely fun to explore. Most of the time I streamed on Monday, I didn't do story missions. I just had fun exploring the world because it feels alive. It's beautiful. It's every different place makes you do different things. It's not just like that rinse, wash, repeat shit we got out of Assassin's Creeds before they stopped doing the yearly releases. Um, and then like moreover, combat feels very good when you start trying things with different weapons. Trying things with different weapons is like it changes the whole game. And it does really feel like a Dark Souls style game because like when you grab a flail or I just got my first daggers and I'm like 50 hours in. It's completely different. The combat completely changes. And so you have to like relearn how to deal with people when you can't hit them from a distance or you can hit them from a distance like when you have a fucking great sword you're swinging around with two hands. And on top of that, and to wrap it up, like the ability to build up a community, a lot like Monteriggioni or the Assassin Hideout in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, respectively, comes back in this, and it just feels really rewarding because instead of just playing a game, you're also building like a home, and as you add space and buildings in that home, more people come in, and you have to like help those people because you're running that community.
Well, you said something really interesting last night that said, I'm probably doing the game a disservice by playing it right after Tsushima. What did you mean?
Because one of the first things you complained about was that like the combat didn't feel great. And
Yeah, it feels really way too fast and chunky, and like I can't see what's going on. Like the animation is so fast and everything's so cartoonishly exaggerated that like it just looks silly.
Sure.
And when you do the slow down like cinekills where you like stab somebody with their own sword the same time over and over, then that looks great. Or you sneak up behind somebody and you cut their head off or something. That looks great. But like the main mechanics of the game, including the horse running, just feels so fast and not fluid on an Xbox at 120 frames per second. Like, what's going on here?
Sure. I feel like that's where the Souls light shit comes in because like if you watch the Souls games, they're all very overexpressive in their movements.
Yes, I agree.
And so like this game feels like it's moving towards that. If you've got axes, your swings aren't like they're like big and flourishing to like show you what's happening. And similarly, all your enemies are the same. If you fight a big banner master that's got
Well, they have to telegraph their attacks so you know what to do. So
Right.
I get that.
Right. So I think that the reason why Tsushima going from that to this is probably not great is because Tsushima is not about that. Game's about subtlety and speed and like quickness. And this game's about like violence and over exaggeration and brutality, right?
It didn't feel like one of those movies that's over exaggerated where it's just like, oh, this is fucking crazy and raunchy. It just felt dated. Which is weird to say because it's games. Okay, the sun is a little out of control, and like there's bloom everywhere. Everything hurts your eyes. Everything's glowing for some reason. But the lighting in that game is pretty great. So like the fidelity is pretty good, but it just feels dated to me. I had this big rant about it on the Discord. That I'm not gonna go look up because it's too old and nobody cares. But
I don't know.
Yeah, it just feels so. Now that you've gushed about it, I think the game feels like now they say that what's the expression that's better than the sum of its parts. It doesn't feel that way to me. To me, it just feels like somebody slapped a bunch of game designs together. Like this is we like this about this, we like this about this. Just put it all in one place. Here's 300 hours of gameplay. Go have fun. So, but now I haven't gotten to the point where the story is interesting. So maybe if I had something pulling me along to keep me motivated, maybe that would be fine.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It
I
just-
mean, the
just
games
feels
bounce off of
painfully
people.
average.
Games bounce off of people too. So like, I can't convince you if it's just not your thing. I know for me, it was the first raid I did that I was like, I fuck with this game. Running into a town and watching all the townspeople run away while these Vikings ran up a hill and started setting fire on shit and cutting off heads and robbing.
You know what?
Their
You know what robbed that
riches.
experience from me? That all the enemies and my people were crammed into a corner between like next to a fence and a wall in weeds, and I couldn't see. And every Viking next to me was screaming the exact same sound bite, and it was on repeat. And they were just standing there, not moving, and screaming the same sound bite, like this is a PlayStation 1 game. I was like, "What's happening?"
So
raid
you're
was-
bugging a game. You're judging a game on a bug, on a glitch.
I've done 3 or 4 raids, and
Did the same thing happen every single time?
and it's just it's not cinematic enough. It's like they threw a bunch of systems out there and said this AI attack this AI, go for it, and then it just doesn't always work that way.
Yeah.
It just it's like I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
needed
I
a
don't
little
know.
more orchestration, maybe a little more magic behind the mirrors.
Yeah,
but-
and the combat changes as you keep playing too. Like no raid anymore is easy run through because there's 7 different enemy types and 2 different boss types and a surprise boss that shows up that's 10 feet tall. And so like I've opened doors to cathedrals and let my men go in first to soften what's in there because it'll fuck you up. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know when I'm gonna get the chance to try it again. I want to, but it just I am initially a little bummed.
Yeah.
So
And you do a lot of shit with Norse mythology that I don't want to super spoil, but like you're not always in Midgard in that game,
okay,
and it does some really interesting shit with that.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
intriguing.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very cool. But yeah, I said I was gonna make that short, and I didn't. So hooray!
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Pepper's
you
doing
know.
his bored face. It's really hard to talk through that.
Well, you
It's really
have
hard to talk
7.
through.
You have 17 topics. Like as far as questions, and
20
really
minutes
hard-
topic.
It's really hard
And-
to fit. It's really
yeah,
hard to
like-
wrap up. It's really hard to wrap up my thought. Like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
those,
Another Valhalla in-depth segment. Awesome. Fantastic.
oh, well, I mean, these aren't topics.
Well,
You guys-
yeah.
Those are
Cool.
yeah. I mean, we don't have to run through all these categories. Those
Oh, clearly.
categories.
Yeah, that would take 3 hours.
Also, it's a before it's a episode to go through those. It's a bounties episode where we talk.
Absolutely.
About what we've
I'm
done
sorry I looked bored, Ben. I'm sorry.
You-
Sorry, the
it
game
looks
I've
so
never
obvious
played.
that you were in your camera. You were just like so bored.
Actually, let's recreate it.
There it is. It's pretty close.
That's so you're exaggerating because I
Yeah.
wasn't that close to it, for sure.
And anybody else? What are y'all playing? That's worth sharing.
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm playing Will of the Wisps finally. I'm almost done. Game's gorgeous. A lot of emotional beats there. That's the game famously that you can run at like 6K and at 120 frames or something like that. It's insane. Yeah, really cool. I didn't play it all at one time. Thanks, Tech. Keep it up. I didn't play it all in one whack. It's a pretty long game, and I'm not a.
How long is it? Because I thought I could run through it, and if it's like 12 or 20 hours, that sucks.
No, it's not 20.
Okay.
But no, it's probably the same length as the first one. I don't know. It's great. It doesn't have some of the puzzles aren't. It doesn't feel as difficult as the first one.
Sure.
But there are some parts. There are some parts with no checkpoints. You know, you just got to do it on a run.
Yeah, you cursed for about an hour and a half last night.
Yep. But I'm close to the end, so that makes sense.
Sure.
I anticipate I have one more left in me because I'm at the very last stage. But yeah, I've been spending time on that, trying to get up in squadrons. Still spending a little time on squadrons. What else? That's about it. Oh, I'm also one mission away from beating Tsushima.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yep, and I want to beat that and Final Fantasy before Cyberpunk. So
You got 8 days.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
on the
7
last
days.
mission on all of these things.
Nice.
So it's actually possible.
Yeah, you're about to like have the best like completionist the that
Season.
endorphin rush of like finishing things. You can do it
Yeah.
3 times in a week. That's fucking lit. Sarge, are you going to find new friends to play Snowrunner with? You're muted.
I'm gonna have to. um, like Ben will play all the time, and you said specifically today that you mainly like the scouting. So
Yeah, it
With-
wasn't that I don't like the other shit. It's that y'all are so much further than me that I can only have. Like you, the other day, you and Ben were running around in trucks that were like 20 feet off the ground, not off the ground, 20 feet tall, with like 4-foot mud tires, and I was like, yeah, I can't. I'm driving a big rig with highway tires. I'm fucked.
we can rent them out to you.
This is true. This is true.
And also,
They're
if scouting is what's fun for you, we can go find these vehicles.
We can jump in your instance and literally scout everything because that's what me and Ben just finished doing on mine. I think for the most part.
Yeah, when we were running around
everything.
as a group, it was a lot of fun in the scouts.
Because we're like, oh, rock pile, fuck that, and just drove over that.
No, it was so good. It was so good. Well, so what is it about that
time.
game that you drives or stupid?
The gas pedal.
What is that game that really puts the pedal to the metal for you? No, I'm just gonna keep doing it. But no, yeah, like what makes you want to find a group that's more dedicated to it? Like what? Why do you keep coming back to it?
A lot of it, I was digging through the Reddit the other day for like probably an hour or two, just seeing what people were doing and see what people were saying were better vehicles and that kind of thing. And just like doing the scouting is a lot of fun, especially when you're with other people. By yourself, it sucks ass. I'd fall asleep if it was just me, but just me and Ben rolling around was a lot of fun. But if there's 3 or 4 of us, it's a blast because we can all do separate paths, be doing stupid shit and flip it back over and keep moving. But like once the scouting's done and you found like the vehicles you need and like want to do the missions, I looked at some of these missions and it would take 4 people probably 2 or 3 trips to accomplish a mission.
Yeah.
And it's just like that sounds like 2 hours worth of actual fun. Like
sure. Yeah.
If it's 2 hours of you not flipping over, like that kind of thing. So I mean,
which is unreliable as we've experienced.
Yeah.
Never really know.
So yeah, I mean, just doing that to a completionist level, like going through and finishing one whole map, would be a lot of fun. To be like, I don't have to come back here anymore. Like, if I do, I'm just gonna drive around or go find all the trailers on the map and haul them back and sell them. Like, stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I'm running into that same thing on Assassin's Creed too. Just like wanting to clear off everything and be like, all right, I'm done. Let's move on. It's a very nice feeling. Is this year the biggest year you've gotten into work games? I know Farming Sim was your shit in years prior, but this year was Stardew Valley and this, and we got into Deep Rock. Like, is this year the year Ryan discovered that that work from home meant play games that let you work?
Play games that work from home.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I've liked Farm Sim and I've played. I've always had, like, even on my phone, like I had those little industry type games or whatever on there. So I mean, it's all that kind of stuff, all like put together. It's either like a hardcore shooter or like this. Like a very competitive game or this kind of
it's
stuff.
Fast
So like
paced, or I'm gonna
the
do
extremes
one thing for
and nothing
hours.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Did you play City Skylines?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I played that when it first dropped,
You
and
tried
then
to
I've
give it a
always
dumb-
been I've always been big into like Roller Coaster Tycoon and all that stuff too. So
yeah,
I lost my mind with Skylines. There was like a week where I just went to bed at 3 a.m. every day.
Yep. You get sucked in, and just like time goes by, and like, oh hey, and there's also times you're like, all right, you wanted an industry area, but now you all hate the fucking smog. What the fuck? And, like, you tried to build over here, and like, oh well, there's no businesses. Or motherfucker, like,
you put like all your
who wants to be a mayor?
You put all your landfills next to each other and realize everybody hates it because it's all upwind and it's all just messing everybody up.
Yeah, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
But this week I jumped into Squadrons. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know if I'm Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for like actual people, but we haven't had any bad games. Nothing where I was like, fuck this game entirely.
Oh, we
We
did
lost
play
that.
that. We did play that game on normal and got absolutely fucking lambasted.
Yeah,
we
we
also
did.
won a normal game though too.
We did.
Remember though, after we
Yeah.
beat it, I said, "Hey guys, that was on normal."
Yeah.
That was me, you, and Toph. Caleb wasn't
I
there.
wasn't there for
Caleb
that.
had to get off.
Okay.
That was
But yeah, we
early
had
in
a
the
good
day, but
time,
yeah.
and we exacted our wingman strategy, and that was a
Yes.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
to plan a strategy, and like the first game I didn't die.
Yeah,
I felt fantastic.
we were running
Hey.
we were running concurrent runs back and forth with each other on the right side, and like
Yep.
hiding behind the docks on the way on the approach, and it was fucking great.
You know what's more fun than just playing a multiplayer game all with your friends and not saying anything ever, and then just going "ugh" every time you die for like 2 hours? The
Or say
exact opposite
okay
of
when
that.
you miss a ball.
Right.
We
The
did that
exact
a
opposite
lot
of
last
that.
night.
Where you have a strategy which requires constant communication. That shit was a fucking blast.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes me wish like we should do that on the next Battlefield. You know, like a squad leader, and
We
everybody
usually
else piles
do
in
on
we're
behind.
Battlefield.
usually pretty good on Battlefield.
But without a doubt, in a few hours, it's quiet.
It's
And
demoralizing after a couple
everybody's-
losses.
Everybody's spread out on the map. What are you
Yeah.
doing? I'm flying. Oh.
That's fatigue. That's fatigue. That's on God.
Yeah, it does take work. I did
Yeah.
notice that even at the end of our session, it was a little less chatty. But so for those listening, we had 5 people, 2 squads, composed of a wing commander and then wing men underneath them. So the person in front was in charge of choosing targets and going after a thing, and everybody behind them is in charge of shooting that target or keeping people off of it. That's it. The wingmates make no executive decisions.
See, I
And-
think
and
I
the-
had more fun doing that. So I have to be honest, and I'll probably expose myself a little bit here. Christopher
You
wasn't.
hated it.
No, that's not what I was going to say. Christopher wasn't
Oh.
particularly good at calling out himself, but
They didn't have to. I was following them.
I followed him one. I thought, regardless.
You followed me. Yeah.
Okay, regardless, the times it worked the best. So here's the thing that I realized when we were playing the other night with Squadrons is that it's called Squadrons, and it's not break up your squadron within itself. It's work as one fucking group.
Yep.
And when we were just like, nope, everyone goes after the same target, everyone does the same thing, and we flew like a fucking squadron, the game
Yeah.
fucking rocked.
Yep.
And when all the subdivision happens, I generally just kind of like float around and shoot at what people tell people to shoot at. And I have more fun. I had more fun when the whole group was like, "Hey, let's all do this."
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No, I've been in enough games to know that when you see the other team just completely mopping up, you see on the map it moving like a
Yeah.
flock of birds.
Yeah.
Like a
Like the-
wasp
Like a
nest.
murmuration
Just
of
fucking
birds.
attack.
Yeah.
So you spawn and the whole ball goes kills that person, and then it just like moves around
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
like a robot vacuum.
Plague.
That's amazing.
Changing tracks a little bit. Sarge, you talked about Roller Coaster Tycoon and City Builders. Tech, you revealed to people like the last couple of weeks that like the game you've spent more time on than anything but Apex has been Planet Coaster. Is that like exclusive to this year? Have you always been fucking into city building planning, theme park building planning games, or is that something you discovered recently?
Literally my entire life.
Really? How did I not
Absolutely.
know? How did
Whole
I
life.
not know about this until? I mean, I guess I
Just-
knew it
I
was
think
City
you forgot.
Skylines. I
'Cause
knew
you
it was
don't know
City. I knew. Okay.
You don't even know my middle name. No, I've
You don't
no.
even-
honestly, I was.
I had to think
obsessed
about that for a
with
second.
Murray.
I do know your middle name.
you. Cool.
I'm not gonna out you.
Sim City. Like I was big into Sim City. I was
Okay.
always.
Did you
the
play it
Sim-
on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
That shit was weird.
I played all that. I played as much Sim City
Wait,
as
hold
my
on. That wasn't a
broke pockets
joke.
could afford.
No, since
How the fuck did SimCity work on Super Nintendo?
Poorly, but it's all we had. So
I've been. I call it God games because like it allows
Yeah,
me
sure.
to play God.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I have City Skylines before it was on any console on PC.
Sure.
Like that's probably my first game I bought on Steam.
Yeah, and City Skylines was
actually,
the game that came out when.
real talk.
Oh,
Real talk, I had a MacBook Pro, and that's how I was doing all my music and graphics on. And Ben used to make fun of me, not make fun of me, but like I don't know how he would design graphics with a trackpad.
yeah,
I I tried to play City Skylines on it, and it wasn't good enough. So probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I built my first PC,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the inspiration was to play City Skylines.
That's fucking awesome. That's really funny. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, world building games has always been my shit. My homie Nick Man, we were working on some music, and he kept on telling me like, "Yo, you got to play Planet Coaster. I can't stop playing. I'm addicted to watching these videos of it." And he showed me a video of someone someone on PC playing Planet Coaster who built a whole aliens world. It was a 30-minute ride, and it literally been through like aliens. I can't explain it without you going to YouTube and looking up Planet Coaster aliens. And it's like xenomorphs is all in it, and like the roller coaster leaves the planet, goes through the spaceship that's been fucked up. There's explosions, there's music. He goes back down to
Jesus.
Earth. It's insane.
That's amazing.
So I started playing it too, and obviously I'm not good enough to build alien universes, but I enjoy it. So I've always been really big into city builders, specifically city builders. I'm not like into the Sims or no goofy shit like that, but
Yeah.
definitely city builders.
Didn't I just see that like recently somebody shared a ride in Planet Coaster that would take trillions of years? Or it was a maze.
Yeah.
Someone built a maze in Planet Coaster that would take the people that come to your theme park like trillions of years to solve because it was so big.
That sounds dumb, but
Yeah, like why the fuck
You
would
can't
do
get
that?
out. You paid to go in. You suck. You're
Yeah.
done, dude.
this is where you die.
This is where
Apparently,
you die, yeah.
that's
You just
fucking
start finding bodies as you're going through the not that way, apparently.
He sounds like he designed hell.
Sure, right.
Planet Hell.
It's a maze that blares country music and you can never escape. So outside of Planet Coaster and Apex, was there anything you spent a lot of time in? I know you're playing. Oh yeah, we're talking about stuff we've done in the last month as well. How far are you into Miles Morales? Because you frequently sign off for the night. Like I'm gonna go sit on my couch and play Miles some more. Like, are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. I do feel like it's choppy, maybe because I'm like next console bougie with my Xbox.
Yeah, sure.
It does feel choppy, but I enjoy it. It's basically Spider-Man, but new and fresher and fun.
Yeah,
And I love the fact that in this year, you can have a video game that's centered around Black people. I think that's dope.
yeah, sure.
I know that sounds like weird, but given the
I'm-
things of the world,
Yeah,
it's
that's
refreshing.
Not weird at all. Not weird at all. I've heard that Najee Jeter's performance as Miles is also very good.
Oh, he's very good, very
Yeah.
very good.
He does
Yeah.
seem a little. I don't know. I know people that sound like that, obviously, but he sounds more childish, and the character looks much older. Like he sounds
No.
like.
He sounds like she should sound. Sounds like a teenager.
Hmm.
Sounds like a
But
fucking teenager.
The kid looks taller though. He looks older. Looks like his voice should have cracked by now.
No, like okay, you look at his uncle and then you look at him and you can see
Yeah.
that he's a fucking kid.
Yeah.
And like I'm just surprised, like the way they're kind of like all these teenagers are doing way more advanced shit than they should be doing. Like all these fucking high schoolers are like, oh, that's what
Quantum-
you want. That's what you
Quantum
want.
scientists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that you just happen and that okay. So a bit of it's unbelievable, but
This is
Yeah.
the Marvel universe for you, though, right? Like
Uh,
geniuses all over the place.
I
there's
suppose.
absolutely zero practicality in anything that's happening in this game. Like
None.
it's just
There's
like,
a-
and that's fine.
yeah.
No
but-
spoilers, but somebody youngish is kind of running like the New York City criminal underworld.
Yeah, like come on, dude, what are you doing? Like that doesn't make sense. Like
It's incredible.
I made all of this. Oh,
you're
she did.
upset about one thing, so now you're like the fucking lord of all the things. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she filled Kingpin's void basically.
Yeah, like come on,
Alright.
dude.
All right.
So yeah, it's but I enjoy the game. I enjoy the couch play.
Mhm.
I mean, what else have I been playing? I actually went through your list and like I picked out my categories. So like I thought we were going for the list. But
We can zip through it if we've got something. We can zip through it.
What's
at the
your
end.
categories, Tech?
Yeah. What are your
What are they?
categories? Let's start. Kick
everything
us
is
off.
Apex Legends. Everything is all the winners for me. The best art direction, best strategy
mobile
game, best family game, best sports racing game. They got to try it now, so it works.
Oh, I was like, wait, that doesn't. Oh, it does. It does.
No,
Thing's
what-
the fucking worst.
What else am I
Okay.
playing?
I feel like we did a lot of this last podcast too. Or
Yeah.
no, podcast before that, we talked about the Game Award nominations, so I don't want to like rehash.
No, we don't
Yeah, who
have to do that.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
fuck
then,
it, dude.
I've literally talked about everything I want to talk about already, except for Will of the Wisp. I think that's my music choice, but
well, what
that's the
what are
only thing I had to add.
what are your categories, Tech? What are
No,
the ones that you picked?
we don't have to. We don't have to get into it, dude.
I mean,
I want to talk Apex though, real quick.
yeah, do
This
it.
map has been the hardest map and what I've seen, like across the board, for people to not fucking fall off of.
I've never seen a
Dude,
map.
I've almost jumped off the
gave
edge
me more
like
fear.
so many times. I walked
so
up
much
to a
anxiety.
railing. I walked up to a railing, and Tech was like, "Don't jump," and I was like, "Why?" Oh, because it's death right there.
And
A lot of anxiety, dude.
everybody's doing it. Like, and people are using it to their advantage. I saw a tweet today. I think Tech liked it, and that's why it popped up. But a Wraith portal jumped over like a void between two railings, and she popped the portal up in the air. So people followed her through and fell right off the fucking map. And I was like, yes, this is incredible.
And
That's
yeah,
fucking
it's called
brilliant.
trapping with Wraith, and I've yet to trap someone. Like for one, like trapping is amazing.
This is definitely her map for that.
We the three
in
of
all
us
honesty.
got trapped at World's Edge. Remember, we were in the bottom of that silo.
Oh, the door,
and they put the portal.
Lava Fisher.
Yeah, they put the portal at the door and then put it outside of like final zone. So the only way for us to get out was to take a whole bunch of fucking damage and come back.
Yep.
I once saw someone trap somebody off of a octane jump pad in swamps in Kings Canyon, where like they put her portal and the jump pad off the edge of swamps.
Yep.
So people that jumped out went boink and were just fucking gone.
Yeah.
That was before the double jump, so you couldn't.
Yeah,
come
you couldn't fix it. Yeah, you were just fucking lost.
The key but to trapping is like knowing that you have to do a certain thing to not fall off the map. Like that like there's different forms of trapping. There's trapping where you put you can actually like run into someone to make them go through your portal to your other two teammates. That's one form of trapping.
Yeah.
But when you like kill someone with trapping, you have to like just jump off like a ledge or something, or up high, or something that will lead to their death if they don't know that it's coming. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like high level IQ.
That's
shit.
high level IQ shit. Yeah, absolutely.
And I fucking never done it.
I don't play as Wraith either, so.
The only way I can contribute to this is that moment in the Mandalorian episode a couple episodes ago where they made the other guy go turn off the power generator, and he had to like shimmy around that thing. It's like, why are there no hand railings here?
Yeah,
it's
sure.
been like my funny gripe with Star Wars for the last 40 years. It's like,
yeah,
no hand
railings. Why would you need them? If you have your balance, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, of course, with me, it's a lot of Apex. Season's been out for 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
I think so.
I've played 353 games.
Jesus.
113 top fives, 21 wins, 444 kills, 164,000 damage, and a 1.26 kill death ratio.
Nice.
Highest kill game, nine kills.
All memorized.
All from memory right now. I'm not looking at. It's insane.
Not looking at anything. I just know.
My highest kill game was 12 kills, 2,800 damage. So I almost got the 3K bomb. This is the first season I've had a 2K bomb, and also the first season I've had 10 2K bombs. Like,
you know what? Sorry,
I don't know where it came from. It's the monitor, bro.
Like literally,
the monitor and fucking started slapping.
You went from 720 to present day.
I think it's more. I think it's more than a monitor, and I'm gonna give you a real moment here. I think you care about the game now. Like you like, there's a passion for the game now, and so that means the game is gonna come easier for you. Like I know, like playing with you in previous seasons, you know, it wasn't clicking all the way. But I think you finally hit a stride. And now like you go into battles a lot more confident. A lot of it is confidence. A lot of it is like hubris to an extent. Like and like being and also being smart about your play. And I think like you totally between season 6 and 7, I think there's a 180 there.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of my gameplay is I want to be first in the door, and before it was first in the door without anything happening. Like I go in and maybe like break shields on a guy, but now I'm first in the door. I'm down in one, breaking shields on another, and it's just like, all right, I got 2 teammates left. If I go down, they got 1.5 people to deal with. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
Yeah, it's called
that should
that
it should be an easy
tactic.
thing, hopefully. But
That tactic is it's called trading. You know,
Yeah.
but like
But I'm
as
gonna
long as you,
trade for more than you're gonna trade for
yeah, as
me.
long as
Yeah.
as long as you're trading more, then it works. Like if you're trading 1-on-1, then it doesn't really help. I
right.
mean, it helps, but like not really. But
Sure.
yeah, it's awesome, man. Very very
And I'm
awesome.
using characters that I've used them, but like I hadn't used Pathfinder consistently since King's Canyon,
Mhm.
and I've got like 147 kills with them just this season, and I've got like 200 kills in total this season.
Yeah.
So, and then Loba, the unsung hero, God, since her update, fucking, she's a goddamn shopping mall.
That's
I
Like
always
incredible.
non-stop, dude. Every minute you get your ult back. You can
I
pop it
love
every
Lobo.
time. Like you're sitting there like camping. As long as there's buildings around you, if you're shooting long range, throw a store down, keep grabbing fucking ammo, throw grenades. Me and Caleb were chucking nades on the ground, grabbing
Yeah, we were
others from like
grabbing
the other
nades,
area,
putting them down.
and
No,
just
this
put them on the ground so we could keep picking them up when we threw them. Like,
it's one of those very necessary buffs that like increase the playability of a player, and it's very hard to like once you introduce a character, it's very hard to like gi-
get rid
uh
of them.
give give them a reason that people want to play with them if they're not popular, right? Like if
Right.
they
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
work out. Like they did that with Mirage. I think Mirage may be one of the best like 6 man of the year stories because or most improved player stories because no one was fucking with Mirage. And then they buffed them, and now like there's Mirages all the fucking time, which is
Yeah.
fucking what you want in a game.
And his
And
buff
they're
is
doing that.
incredible. His buff is
His buff
really
is
good.
absolutely, yeah, it's very hard to beat.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're doing that with Loba. It just hasn't caught on yet. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's just not on it yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like when they do, it's gonna be a problem. Like she's actually a legitimate in the game. Like if you have her in game, you may win because you have more shit at your
Yeah, just
disposal
because you
because
have
of
Yeah.
more
Loba.
shit.
A,
100%.
a fight, you're in the middle of a fight, and another team goes down. You pop a store up and steal all the shit off
So
that
all the
dead
shit.
body
Yeah.
before the other team can do anything with it. It's
It's
like
dirty. It's dirty.
full shields, everything.
Yeah.
And Mirage, the plays are getting fucking ridiculous. I watched a clip the other day. The dude popped his ult and ran like a freaking clone and ran into the wall and
Yep.
just kept running in place. And the other team that was shooting at him just stopped. They didn't know which one he was, and they turned their back and shot somebody else. He killed them. One guy
Incredible.
versus 3 people just turned around and shot him all in the back. I was like, oh
I
my
shared
god.
that. I think I shared that clip with the whole group. With the one back when the Mirage, what was it called? The Mirage Voyage.
Mirage Voyage, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone popped off the party as a team came in, and then he put his guns away, or dropped his guns, and then started doing you hold left on the D-pad, and it makes you like crack your knuckles and like do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that standing next to a bunch of holograms at the party, and they like walked around and never found him.
No,
And
the
then
fun,
they left. They deuced out.
a lot of people. I did this myself when the Mirage Voyage first came out. You went back to the classic skin. You can match the other Mirages on the ship.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the
And-
yellow skin.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just great.
Yeah. The little shout out to the ship at the end of the trailer. He's like, "Oh, hey
Hilarious.
guys,
Hey guys,
where's my
ship?
ship?
Where's my ship?
Like, just looking around. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, that's great.
Ugh.
Just real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to say indie game of the year has to be Fall Guys. Me. Like,
Sure.
If you
Indie game, yeah, sure.
talk about an indie game,
Oh yeah.
Ben mentioned Carry On, which is an amazing game. I played a little bit of it, enjoyed it. But Fall Guys, to
Yeah.
me, even though they
No,
fumbled,
you're right.
Fall
No,
Guys
you're right.
fumbled, but like they still like they slapped hard.
They captivated the whole internet. Still are. So,
Yeah.
and then there's Among Us, of course. So
Yeah, which I bought it, but no, like I don't have anyone. I don't have
Yeah,
19
we were all
people to
like,
play
we
with.
should do it. Yeah. It didn't.
I don't have 19 friends that have it.
We
so-
should line up an end of year stream or some shit where we get the community together to play that and like a Jackbox game or something. Be fun. Why not?
I think we should absolutely do that. That's an amazing idea.
sure.
Be great.
Mobile game of the year, I thought was PUBG. I do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
do.
couldn't tell. I
Not
couldn't
like
tell.
not like for me personally, but just like what they've done with the game to make
Sure.
it so like relevant and so popular, and like bringing in like celebrities and bringing in like kind of doing what Fortnite is doing on a major scale, but only for mobile. I think PUBG Mobile is
Yeah.
more popular than PUBG, the actual game.
Yeah. And Fortnite Mobile's in a deficit right now because they're in fight with Apple. So like, PUBG's swooping up that spotlight. Do it.
The fact they had Blackpink in on a PUBG campaign, I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's not anything to shake a stick at. I wanted to mention before we completely moved on from Apex, I played with you guys 4 days ago. And then Sarge tried to invite me to play last night, and I fucking couldn't. Because y'all are so in it. You're too far ranked above me for me to be able to play with y'all.
I
I'm
pretty
looking
much
forward to-
slapped him in the face.
I'm looking.
like,
I was
"Hey,
getting
Caleb,
ready. I was
Caleb,
like, all right, let's go.
You want to join us, dude?" And I was like, "Hang on a second. What
Can
rank
you?
are you?" "Yeah, you're bronze. You can't join us." Just like go back to Valhalla. I'm sorry.
That was sad. But I'm looking forward to splits because those are going to be, if the season's 2 weeks
Yeah,
in, it's going to. Splits are
yeah.
going to be like in 15 days, and I'll be able to hop back in with y'all.
It's gonna make me sad because that means I haven't like gotten past plat. Like I have
They don't
no
have a
life
diamond trail anymore. Do you know that?
So you only Preds?
Well,
Yeah, platinum,
no,
diamond, predator.
no. Is it diamond predator or is there one in between?
No, it's platinum, diamond, predator.
You sure?
100%. We're googling, and then you hear the keyboards.
Keyboard warriors.
I think they only have predator ones now.
That's great. So I'm never gonna have one.
Yeah, I'm never gonna have
Apex.
one. Dude.
Well, that's a shitty attitude to have.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't. I don't have time. 500 people in North America.
Well, get
I'm gonna
good.
be the top 500.
Oh, there's master. There's master and then apex predator. Diamond, master, apex predator.
So Master and Apex have it, but Diamond no longer
Master
does.
and apex, but diamond no longer does.
Okay. So
The
not,
way
we
things
could
are- the way
probably
things
do
are
it.
Going though, like that's gonna be rough. to get
Well,
there.
if Caleb would catch the fuck up, we'd have a solid third.
We need
I'm
a
not
solid
gonna,
third.
I'm not gonna play fucking
Fuck your
ranked by
backlog.
myself.
Dude, I have a Smurf account on PlayStation. I'll play with you.
I'm about to
Okay.
Smurf one too.
There
I
we
got
go.
you.
But you guys can play extra and make up no space. Just
Then we'd be playing carrion.
Jesus fucking Christ. You should be upset with yourself.
That's funny though. Like it's a
No,
layered
that
joke. I
was
appreciate it.
very good. That was very good. I'm just mad that it was at my fucking expense. Shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's one of my favorite things to talk about is scores in games, and if I had to like off the cuff talk about my favorite score in a game this year, it's a tie. I have to listen to them again, but it's a tie between Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed's fucking music is really good.
That's
It's
two games I
really
didn't
good.
play.
But
What-
what
and what
about
bothers me-
Watch Dogs with their actual like tracks and playlists that they have on there?
Sure, Watch Dogs having Stormzy's fucking dope. And I'm sure Miles Morales has a really good soundtrack too. I haven't gotten
It
into that
does.
It does,
It
but it's
really
like pop.
does.
It feels like
Yeah.
yet.
it feels like
Is it-
poppy.
It's just
Is it
it's
poppy?
orchestra with like crazy hi hats.
Yeah, it's poppy, but like you can't beat UK drill ever, dude. So like Watch Dogs is amazing for that. Like
Sure,
I've heard
sure.
you'll play the game and you're here be like I just find myself vibing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you don't really get that a lot with games like right now.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like with GTA. If you're browsing through the stations on there,
Your
like
vibe.
friggin' Future and 2 Chains pops up. You're like, oh shit, all right.
Oh, I
I'm
actually
okay
I
with
know
this,
this
like
real
this-
song.
absolute vibes.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I'm
so
all right.
good.
I'm cool with this. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go kill some people. You know, it's just like you're in it.
You're in it.
Yeah.
I
I feel bad as a music person not knowing as much, like not keeping as much game scores as I should, as an
Sure.
actual music person.
Yeah. Are you into classical composition like that?
Absolutely, dude.
Oh
Are you
shit.
fucking kidding me, dude?
No, I honestly didn't know. We've never talked
I
about that.
You
kind
don't
of music.
even know me, Caleb.
I guess I don't. This episode's gonna be called "You Don't Even Know Me."
You
But
don't
like,
know me.
You don't know me.
you see me in the street. Remember, you don't know me.
Close.
What?
Ours is a Rick and Morty reference,
Oh,
and yours is a T.I. song.
no, mine was I
This
was-
is a T.I. song.
I wasn't trying.
Very,
to-
very
yeah.
old Ti.
You said close, and I was like, but those are the lyrics. And that's not what you were saying. Yeah, dude, I didn't know that you fucked with music, that kind of music. Yeah, this year's got a
It's not
couple
like we
of
sit around
gems.
and listen to Bach smoking cigars.
Tech's like,
I
listen
actually
to
do-
what I
actually-
did last week, and he
I
just
often-
plays a fucking classical song he
I
just
actually
made.
do listen to classical music like that, and
We
I
don't.
actually
We
weird
don't.
enough to listen to new classical music because like they actually still make classical music.
Yeah.
Like there's dudes who make classical music today, and that shit hard. Like
Yeah, that
it's just
shit
really
hard.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I am that type of weird guy.
Dope.
I
We
guess.
need to have an episode about game music, I think, coming up here.
I'd love to.
For sure. Well, we've talked about everything about games we've done in the last month and a lot of things we've played this year. Is there anything that y'all are getting into outside of games y'all want to talk about? And let me just tell everybody we're going to talk about Mandalorian for a second.
Mm.
So, like last episode, though,
Wait, we're on episode 7.
the
Right.
last episode we watched, though,
Okay.
is what I meant.
Yeah.
Not the last episode.
It's a heavy episode. A
So,
lot of-
like, spoiler
lot of
alerts
minutes.
for people who haven't watched it yet. It's been almost a week. Actually, if you're listening
That's
to this,
on you.
if you're listening to this in podcast form on Friday, the next episode's out, so catch up. But if you don't want to listen to this, we'll only talk about it for like 5 minutes, and then
It's basically the end of the episode. We'll catch you next.
yeah, we'll catch you next time. Yeah, you can peace out. You can peace out,
Yeah.
and then dope. But all right, ready to go. Leave. All right, they're gone. What did y'all think about Ahsoka Tano, man?
I mean, it's. I think it's pretty good. The only Ahsoka I know is the giddy little kid, little firebrand that like disobeying orders.
Doesn't that make it?
Whatever.
Doesn't that make it slightly more amazing?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we have this is post Order 66, living in exile,
Yeah, like
still out there fighting the good fight.
This is
Many years later.
This is post End of the Empire, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this is
So-
like
Yeah,
this
this
is like 30 years after Order 66.
30 years in exile, still out there kicking ass and looking great. I might add.
Yeah, it was dope.
I think it's really funny going back because I'm trying to catch up. I didn't watch a lot of Clone Wars, and I feel like there's a lot of lore I don't know. So I'm trying to get through it. It's fun. It's not.
I'm almost done with season 1.
Yeah, it's not like like so many people
That's,
think.
that's
but
what I'm gonna
it's-
do this
Yeah,
next 2 weeks.
I
is
promise
catch
you.
up on Clone Wars.
Yeah, a lot of it is just like super fandom.
Yeah.
excitement. It's
also
cool
the
though.
first 3 seasons are like notoriously like this was when it was a kids show, and then the last 4 seasons it gets more and more serious to the point people were like, "Yo, this is a
Yeah.
fucking cartoon for kids."
Right.
Like people doing shit that's like, "Oh god."
So, I'm in season 2, and they've broached some pretty adult themes as far as death and
Penises.
abandonment and stuff like that, and government. Like when they go to
Sarge.
Mandalore,
I'm
they-
excited to go to Mandalore.
When they
I'm
go to Mandalore,
I'm
it
more looking
gets-
forward to that.
yeah, it's like it's pretty articulate. It's pretty interesting.
All right.
And the animation takes a big jump in season 2. But I'm not gonna watch 100+ episodes, guys. That's 3,000 minutes of content. I'm not
Talking
doing
about all the seasons on Disney Plus is 100 episodes.
it. Yeah.
Why don't you just watch it, dude? Take your time, bro.
Just play it in the background. It's
How much
something
time? How
that
many
you
times?
hear,
How many
you
times do
listen
you watch
to.
The Office?
I hear you.
You love,
But
bro.
I'm
You
just
love
not-
Star Wars, bro.
I'm just
You
not
love-
enjoying it that. I'm not enjoying it that much.
That's only 50 hours.
Dude, you got this, dude. Stop-
Yeah, that's
stop.
like 2 hours a day for 20 days, 25 days. That's easy. You can watch the entire show in a
Anyway.
month. Shame on you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
So the episode covers a lot. She and I didn't know this until somebody helped me. She's hunting down Admiral Thrawn. There's a huge name drop.
She literally said that. Someone helped me with that.
No, he didn't know why
And-
she was hunting Thrawn.
Hold on.
But I
Let him
didn't know
finish.
why. I just
Oh,
thought it was
so-
a cool name drop. I'm like, oh, that's neat. Somebody's like, oh, well, her apprentice ran off with him. So she's trying to find her apprentice. So
You know what
that's pretty-
bothered me about this episode the most? You set me up. You set me up for this season and a half long journey between Mando and the child,
Mhm.
and then you meet the first Jedi, and you're like, nope, he's too attached to this nigga. Like
Right.
that breaks my heart. It literally broke my heart. Like,
Yeah, she's
What
like,
now?
no, he likes you too much. Like, you know,
no, how is he not supposed to? He's a fucking child. He's a 50-year-old child. He's like me. Like,
Yeah.
He's like,
Exactly.
it me.
he's literally me.
Grogu be me. Also, we know his name now.
Dude,
Grogu.
when he said Grogu, he's like, "Brah." Every time he looked,
Every
he said,
time.
"Brah."
Every time I was like, oh, my heart. My
Yeah.
heart. Yeah, it's great.
It's fun. It's fun to learn more about the species too.
I think me and Kim gasped. And he's like, because when Mando went Grogu and he went, "Meh," and Kim and I are like, oh, I don't know. It's the way they did
Yeah,
the
it
reveal.
was
is great.
adorable. It was
the
adorable.
whole show is a dad show, right? Like the whole
Yes.
series
Yes.
is a dad show.
Yes.
Like when he did something good, like that proud reaction that
Mm-hmm.
Dijon, what's his name? Dijon Mustard had.
Yeah.
It was so good.
He's gonna win Father of the Year. Like
He's
this
Father of the
He's
Year,
got it.
dude. He
I
was like, "Oh
can't-
yeah, you did it, dude."
You called him
It's Dijon, isn't it?
You call it's Dinjarin. Yeah, you called him
Dude, I'm just
Dijon.
joking, dude.
I'm gonna
I'm
call
just
him
joking.
Dijon forever now. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's-
That's you did it. Did y'all
Um,
see that thing I shared of the guy who did the fanfic of
yes,
Grogu
yes, yes.
older?
I feel like that's gonna be more sensible than what we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like that
100%.
explanation of of that whole thing is gonna be way more sensible than we're ever gonna get.
Yeah, it's very good. I love it very much.
It's cute. Cute thought.
Yeah. I wonder if what is the end game? We're almost done with season 2 of this.
yeah.
What do you think the end game of this show is? How long is it going to go?
To set
I
up,
think-
to
I
set up
think-
season 3.
I think the end game is gonna be setting up the large. All of this is to set up the larger universe.
Yeah.
Past Rey Skywalker, like
Sure,
past
sure.
like I don't think we're gonna get to that next set of movies without this.
Sure.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Which I would hope, because like for me, I have more of attachment to this than I have with the last 3 movies. Last 3 movies, I will honestly say I think are trash.
It would make sense if they start connecting it all now as they bring in the MCU guy to oversee all Disney properties.
Which
So-
means John Favreau is a god amongst us. Like
Yeah,
he's
John Favreau's
saved
about to be Kevin
Marvel.
Feige.
Yeah, like
No, they brought Kevin Feige in, Caleb.
oh, I didn't know that.
No, I thought Kevin Feige was running all Marvel, including publishing. And then I thought Kevin Feige just took over all of Marvel instead of just Marvel.
Yeah, he took
Cinematic.
over he took over the comic books too. Like the whole he took over Marvel.
I didn't think he took over Star Wars though.
Well, he's
No, he's
developing,
definitely-
he's developing a movie for.
Yeah, he's making a movie. He's making a Star Wars movie for sure.
And it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be
It's
fire.
gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I want
Dude,
the Russo brothers to make a Star Wars movie, please.
Just yeah. Give me Black Jedi and let Ryan Coogler do it. Let's just keep the same
Let's
formula.
keep
It's
it
not
going.
broken.
Let's keep it
It's not
going.
broken.
Let's keep it
Keep doing
going.
it.
Make the MCU Star Wars again. Nope. Make Star. Nope. Can't find it.
You're trying to find it.
I'm trying to find it. It's not there, I don't think. But yeah.
Make the universe great again. I don't know.
So there it is. Make a galaxy far, far away great again. Put that on a hat. Anyway, what so Tech, you think it's them opening up everything? Like is what I mean specifically Din Djarin and Grogu. Like where is this gonna go? If you're projecting it now, how does their story end? Is it like Jin
Alright.
or
If
Din?
I'm marketing,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm coming from the mind of the marketing team in which they are, because all of this is calculated. Look at all the child merch, right? I would literally fast forward, like I would literally make like a Yoda, a Grogu, was it Grogu?
Grogu.
Grogu movie. And he's basically like a batter ass Yoda. Like I would like keep this shit going. Like I would fucking and then like if he ever references fucking Mando, we all know what he's talking about.
Mhm.
We know the history.
Yeah.
Like I would
Yeah.
like you can tell more story, and then you can introduce more Mandalores. And now we know, like, because this is bringing so much attention to the Clone Wars
Yeah.
and like the characters. Like, and I think that the initial plan is because now they see the success of the Disney Plus TV show is they're gonna do a spin-off for Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason they're not gonna do that, right? They brought in Sasha Banks. You don't bring Sasha Banks in for one episode. You don't bring Katie Sharkoff.
Katie Sackhoff, yeah.
Back off for one episode. Like they're gonna do a series. They're even talking about doing a Cara Dune series, which I don't think they should do. But like they want to spin this off. I think this is gonna become a television universe, and eventually is gonna give them the power. Just not even the characters, but just the power and the leeway to make a new Star Wars cinematic universe.
Sure.
The characters that we don't know.
I can't wait for Star Wars to leave the Skywalkers behind. Cannot wait.
I think
They
Yeah,
are. They're
And
done.
that's what this is. That's what this is. Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared.
I
I'm scared they're gonna dip back into Ray.
yeah. She's too young for them to never pursue
She's so
it.
young.
Yeah,
She's so young
too
and
young.
great.
And I also would like I would like to know what happens with Finn and Poe too, because I like those characters as well. I just don't.
They got abandoned. They got mistreated.
Yeah,
We got
Yeah.
robbed.
A lot of things we got robbed of.
Yeah,
Like that
robbed
whole
of a lot.
plot line of the interracial Star Wars plot line was like abandoned for no reason, and like they hinted at it and they played with it, and then just like never talked about it again.
Yeah,
And I don't like that.
It sucked. I feel like we're never gonna see more Yodas, whatever
think we
their
got one.
species are.
I think we got one.
Yeah, I
We
think
got
we got Grogu. But like,
But we're not gonna see a Yoda jumping around the Senate Council fighting the Emperor kind of
But
Yoda.
what if we? But what if? But bro,
what if we do
what if
though?
we see a young Grogu, dude? Like he's a child now. What if we see that the fucking what a Yoda species can do in his fucking prime, dude?
Sure, but like that also means that the Mandalorian can't be a part of it
No, he's gonna be dead.
because like he won't be a young adult. Grogu won't be a young adult for another like 70 years because they live
Yeah,
to be
but-
800. So like,
This is the way.
fuck. Oh, good. That's it. We got to end there. If you want to listen to what we do or watch any of our stuff or read any of our stuff, you can go to nerdybits.com. Follow the blog on nerdy_bits at Twitter. At nerdy_bits on Twitter is what I meant. I switched those. You can follow me anywhere it's important at Lubwub. Ben, where can people find you?
Everywhere at Skip Sawyer.
Bing bong. Tech, where can people find you?
Everywhere at Tech Supreme.
And Sarge, where can people find you?
Everywhere it's Sergeant Sodium.
Guys, I want to just mention how proud I am that we have our social media shit on lock.
Yeah. We're
Like,
adults.
Because we're old.
We did.
If you were born in 1997 or whatever, we had Tech Supreme 43279 or some shit.
Yeah, sure.
Takashi 69. That's what
Yeah.
that shit would be.
Hey,
Yeah.
honestly, side note, we didn't talk about what we watched. We only talked about Mandalorian. But
Oh, my bad.
if you
Yeah.
get a chance, go to fucking, I think it's Hulu, and watch the Daniel Hernandez story documentary. It is wildly entertaining, and it'll make you hate Takashi 69 even more. So
Okay.
good.
Okay.
He's
That's-
such a snitch.
Oh no.
But I would have. But I swear to God, I promise you right now, I would have done the exact same thing.
He has
Okay,
a billion views on one of
nobody
his
give-
YouTube videos.
Nobody
By the way.
does anything secret around Tech because
That's
he's
why
not
that's why-
gonna keep it secret.
Literally, that's why I do everything legal. Like I don't do anything illegal, dude. I moved to Sular because I don't like.
Remember that
I
tax
like
thing we were talking about? I'm just kidding.
that's not illegal. You have to make money to get taxed,
It's true.
and I'm broke.
And
And I'm broke.
And I'm broke. It's a joke.
That's amazing. Yeah, thanks to Monster Cat for our music. It's No Taker, song called Pathfinder. And we'll be back next. Oh, we won't be back next week. Next week I'm gonna co-stream the Game Awards on Thursday night. But then like I said, I've got an episode with one of the dents that I recorded a while back that I'm gonna upload for y'all to listen to about Blazeball, because that's gonna be coming back soon. And yeah, you can watch the Game Awards with us. We're gonna co-stream that shit. And then we'll be back the week before Christmas. Hopefully. Because I
Small
might
fat Caleb.
have a oh yeah, there's that. I might have a kid in
Aw.
2 weeks. So who fucking knows? The
Yeah.
future is in flux. Yes, and before we wrap up completely, before we say goodbye, we have our Smurf fact, which is our little fun fact that Ben reads to us from. Oh no, my screen just did something weird. Okay. Anyway, we have a Smurf fact. It's a fun fact that you get to take home and enjoy. What do you? Oh, I gotta play the sound, don't I?
Yes.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst, guys.
It's not on your computer, is it?
It is on my computer. I just don't remember what it's called.
Speaking of 2 weeks, I'll while you look for that,
Yeah,
I
go
just
for it.
want to let you know that I'm getting married in 2 weeks.
Sure are.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey,
Well,
he said, "Hell yeah, brother."
Fucking send her, bud.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. On my birthday, right?
on your birthday,
Perfect.
I want all my friends to be there, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
COVID.
I mean, fuck, dude. Yeah, that sucks. That's no good.
Did you do it on purpose on Caleb's birthday?
No,
No.
that's the day I met
No,
her.
he didn't.
That's the day we met. So
Ha.
I mean, that's dope.
and me and Caleb weren't that close then. So I didn't. It was shit. It was his birthday.
Apparently, we're
Fuck
not
his
that close.
birthday.
Apparently, we're not that close now. So.
Yeah, do you even know him?
Do you even know who I am, dude?
Do you? I don't even. Fucking
Wait, you live in St. Louis?
What? 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 All right. Smurf fact.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Smurf facts. Oh yeah.
Here it is.
Me, my, mo. Okay. You've heard of police dogs, but police geese?
No.
Fuck
As of
off.
2013,
Where's my
12
gun?
12 police stations in a rural area of China have begun to use geese as sentries.
At least it's not
They are
us.
alert animals and, as you probably know, can create a lot of noise and commotion, which creative Chinese law enforcement officers are taking advantage of. While this trend has yet to spread throughout China, Dongguan police claim that geese have already stopped at least one theft.
Untitled Goose Game is based off of real events.
Yep.
So basically, what you said, I mean, the cops are so ineffective that geese can do better.
I cannot speak
And-
about
and they won't shoot people.
Chinese police, but
Fuck the po geese. Fuck the po geese. Fuck them.
That's good.
Thank you.
I thought that's good.
Thank you. Thank you. I have some talents, y'all. They're hidden, but
Yeah,
they
he
exist.
comes up with quick rhymes that we maybe use.
I make catchy tunes. So if you ever need to hire anybody to make a tune for your business, I got you. I'll do the singing. Take and make music.
There we go.
There it is. Play more
Put your
games.
deal in there
If you never
somewhere.
did, you should. These things are fun and fun is good. We'll catch you guys next time. Be safe.
adios, muchachos.
Peace.
Bye.
Me.
Goodbye.